Manchester United 4, Aston Villa 2. Aston Villa bow out of the Carabao Cup in the third round again. And all that leaves is an FA Cup possibility, which won't happen. So all it leaves is a Premier League boring season again. And overall, how frustrating, how massively disappointing Aston Villa throwing this away game. We're playing another poor Manchester United team, and we still can't seem to beat them. I was thinking about it. Is it really going to be one of those cases where Villa can go out and beat Manchester United in the League Cup for the first time in a very long time, or it's going to be one or the other. Villa either win the league game and focus on the league, or they focus on trying to win the League Cup as well. And ultimately, perhaps tonight, the League Cup was the second thought for the club. Now, I'm not going to. It's the same with every manager. We've said it already multiple times when it happens. It's going to happen. We're going to experience some losses, and ultimately, it's not Emery's team, it's not Emery's players, it's not Emery what he wants, blah, blah, blah. But tonight, he has shown some players are awful. Let's not beat around the bush. Robin Olsen has practically, for me, cost us that game tonight. All game, he's looked absolutely shoddy. When Emery wants to play a style of passing out from the back and trying to move it up quickly up the pitch, we've got a goalkeeper, an international goalkeeper, by the way, who's looked absolutely shocking all game. He's made some crappy decisions. He looks like a shitty AI goalkeeper from FIFA years ago, and that third goal practically seals the game for him because of his poor ineptitude. And quite frankly, it's shown really why perhaps he hasn't played that many games for Villa since coming in, because he's just not that good. And I think on a performance like that tonight, in January, just get rid of him and let's bring in someone like, Philip Marshall, Sinisalo, bring one of them through. Perhaps maybe give them a bit of time to develop through, because Olsen clearly shown tonight he is not worth it and practically cost us a really good possible chance of going through it. Because again, Manchester United were poor tonight, but they've ultimately been able to take advantage of the situations and really, capitalize on our stupidity. We go 1-0 up in the second half. First half, there's clearly nothing to talk about the first half. It was absolute dross football. But what I will say is, even with a team that was slightly a bit different, the idea of the press playing that really high intensive line on to Manchester United, but it also kind of showed what Manchester United could do when they were getting in behind us. In the second half, it all played out. We scored 3 minutes in, a really lovely pass from Jacob Ramsey to Ollie Watkins, who slots it bottom corner. And then literally, what did Villa go and do? Minutes later, go and concede an equaliser to Anthony Martial. And it's really poor defending there. Villa play it out for a bit more, make some substitutions, cross into Bailey. He whips it, he's able to get a touch onto it, and Dolo hits it in for another goal, 2-1. And then 6 minutes later, really poor defending from the blocks. Chambers, Mings having come on, he slips over. Olsen is literally near post, and he's ultimately not able to save it, makes it 2-2. And then again, more substitutions. Garnacho, I've said this already. We can't seem to deal with Garnacho. He was tearing out of cash on Sunday, and he's done it again tonight against Ashley Young. And what does he go and do? He really goes and helps it with Bruno Fernandes. But who makes a flap of it? Robin Olsen passes it straight into the path of a Manchester United player. Fernandes is clear through in the middle of the box, and he's just able to slide it in and miss the interception from Mings. But ultimately, that leads to a goal. And then in the last minute, you hear criticism of why Mings is not going to the World Cup, kind of defending. But again, tonight, the ball comes in. McTominay is running completely behind Mings. Mings is unaware of him. And, McTominay is able to get the header in on the near post. And again, I think it's another one that Olsen, not a header, sorry, a tap in. And I think Olsen is another guy that should have been saving tonight. And that just rounds off a really disappointing performance. But, there was times, as I said, the high press, the fact that throughout the whole game we were still giving it to him, we still had good chances. For a poor as, for as many goals Manchester United scored tonight, we could have scored the same amount of goals if we'd just taken our chances a little bit better, But, in the sense that they've got quality in defence, you can see what they're building. They don't have a keeper that is flapping it and not adapting to the play style that Emery wants to see. And ultimately, we go out with a whimper. It's another cup that we've thrown away. Now, am I saying we're going to win the cup? Probably not. I don't think every fan's getting into the mind that we're going to win the cup, because let's face it, we've still got to play the likes of Man City, Liverpool, just some really good teams we've still got to play in it. And now it's the FA Cup, but again, we're probably not going to win that. So really, the focus is just going to be on the league this year, and it's always disappointing considering how long it's been without a trophy, man. But just to see the fact that we've, just see it again happen, and probably going to be another boring year of the league where we're going to be, for another season of change. It's just not really that exciting, is it? And hope tonight could have been a change, but ultimately wasn't. I thought defensively we were doing okay. I thought Chambers looked a bit ropey, but I'm not going to blame him in the sense that he's not really had much game time. It's kind of the same with Ludwig Augustinsson, but I thought he was more so poor in the sense that he just did not look up for it at all. McGinn is crap. Don't really need to say much more about that. Just go and watch him because he's buggeringly useless. Douglas Luiz, Kamara as well. I thought Kamara did okay. Ings provided absolutely nothing. If anything for me, really, tonight, perhaps Jacob Ramsey showed a bit of quality going forward. Ashley Young put in a really good shift. And I said Watkins getting the goal as well. Try and pull back some positives. But overall, Rome's not built in a day. It's going to take every time. It's not his players. He's got to adapt the play style. But tonight has really shown who should be cutting it for that first team and who really, quite frankly, their time's come due at Villa and who needs to be moved on. And hopefully, with the targets that Villa are reportedly looking at, perhaps Villa can capitalise on those and make some wholesale changes. Because quite frankly, some of these players are just not good enough, and we've seen them for too long now making the same mistakes. So yeah, Manchester United 4, Aston Villa 2. Leave in the comments down below what you thought. It's Brighton on Sunday before the World Cup. I don't really know. I don't really know what's going to expect into Brighton. Brighton are a little bit inconsistent, so you've got to hope at least away from home as well. Last game for our World Cup break. If Villa get 3 points there, we've at least got something tangible to build on whilst working in that break. So yeah, leave in the comments down below. Yeah, who cares? It's Brighton on Sunday. We'll see you there for it, boys.